So welcome back everyone to Finding Forex, helping you all find your way around the currency exchange market. Within this video, I'm going to be teaching you the perfect beginner strategy. It doesn't matter whether you've just started, whether you're getting into it, or maybe you're even at a more intermediate level. I believe that simplicity is always better when coming to trading. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you the perfect strategy for a beginner or even an intermediate level. So, without further ado, let's jump into the video. But before we begin, if you guys are new, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because not only am I going to teach you all how to make money from your phones absolutely for free, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to trade for free, and I'm going to be doing a £100 cash giveaway. If you want to enter and win yourself £100, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and then leave a like on this video and you're entered. So I think the issue with most beginners is instead of trading, it's more like a gamble. You would buy here, sell here, and then hope that the price goes in your direction. So first of all, we need to establish whether we're going to buy a currency pair or sell a currency pair without it being a gamble. So for this to give us a directional bias, whether to buy or to sell, we are going to be adding in a moving average, which can be found in TradingView. And if you're doing your analysis on your phone, it can also be on your phone analysis as well. So when you go to search up moving averages, I believe you get 4 types of different ones. You get a weighted, average, exponential, and then just the classic moving average, which is what we're going to be going for within this video. And then you want to change your inputs. You would start off with the 9-day moving average, and all this means is it will take the last 9 candles and give you a rough average in a line graph of where price is going. But personally, because you're all beginners and this is slightly more complex and more advanced and aggressive style of trading, we're going to be changing this 9 moving average to a 100-day moving average. And once again, all this means is it's just going to take the last 100 candles that you can see on your screen and give you a directional bias. Now, as I just said, it's going to give you a directional bias. So when it's above the moving average, you want to be looking for buys. And when it's below the moving average, you want to be looking for sells. So now it's become less of a gamble and more of an educated guess, which is what we're looking for. But you also don't want to just buy when it's above the moving average and sell when it's below. What you need is some confluences. So some of you now might be wondering what actually is a confluence, and it's very simple. All a confluence is something to give you a higher probability outcome on any given trade. So if we're looking for sells, we're looking things to help us determine if this sell is going to be a winner. So as you can see, I've started to draw up my support and resistance lines. And if you guys are unsure of what support and resistance is, it's very simple. The support is the floor, the resistance is the ceiling or the roof. I did a full beginners video. If you guys want to go on that, where I go a bit more in depth on support and resistance, there'll be a link to that video down in the description. But what the market tends to do is if it breaks an area of support or resistance, it will come back to retest that very same area that has just broken. So as you guys can see, we have a nice little area of support and resistance here, 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 and here. So now what this means is this is a very strong area of support and resistance. The more touches a line or an area has, the stronger the support and resistance. And as you can see, what's happened time and time again is it's broken the support resistance here and it's come back to retest here. The same again, it was support here but then turned into resistance. The market likes to break an area and then retest the same area to make sure that it wants to keep going in the direction you predicted. But the problem here, as you'll notice, is the moving average is going through the middle of price action. Price action being the candlesticks, the blue and the black candles that you guys can see on your screens. Now this is something we don't want to trade because it's a consolidated market. Basically it's a market that's generating liquidity that doesn't really have any directional bias, which is something you guys don't want to trade. You always want to trade with the trend. So what we do is we wait for a break of structure, meaning a break of consolidation, a break of a moving average, a break of support and resistance. And that's exactly what we can see right here. Right there is the perfect area that has just broken support and resistance. So as you can see, it's come down here, it's pushed back up, and what's happened is it's broken out of our moving average, which is the blue line on your guys' screen that you can see going through everything. And it's also broken this area of previous support and resistance. So we've got already some confluences to help us to determine where price is going to go next. What we've got is we've got a break of the moving average, which happened here. Then we've also got a break of structure, which happened there. But then we've also got the retest and the retest of a trend line that happened here. So just here alone, in that area, in that circle, let me make it a bit bigger so you guys can see it a little bit more clearly. Just within that area there, we have a trend line confluence, we have a moving average confluence, and we also have a support and resistance confluence, meaning we have three key factors that we can determine and say that this is where we sell, and this is how we know price is going to go downwards. What we've got here is we've got a touch of it, a break of it, and then a push all the way to the downside. So here is another example of when we are looking to buy and to sell, to give you guys a better understanding of what I would be looking at with this beginner strategy. So as you can see, the moving average is right along this line there, the blue line there, and then the black line that I've just drawn. That's your moving average. So as you can see, price action, which is everything, all these candlesticks here, is all below the moving average. So instantly off the bat, we are looking for some sells. But as I said before, we can't just take a sell based on the fact that the moving average is going downwards and price is also going below it. What we can also see, if we look at basic market structure, what is determined by sells and a downtrend, which is what we're in, is lower highs and lower lows. So as you can see here, we have a lower high. Here we have a lower low. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then equal lows, which could indicate potentially a reversal. So we now have more confluences that we are going to be looking for sells in the near future. Not only is it below the moving average, but we also have a series of lower highs and lower lows. We can also add in a trend line. We can put a trend line in from here down to here. Maybe just tighten that up a little bit like that. And essentially, the way a trend line works is the same as support and resistance. The more touches a zone or a line has, the powerful and the more powerful it is, and the more chances of price, when it gets to it, reversing. So now that we've determined our bias, which is sells, we're below the moving average, which is what we like to see. And we've also got plenty of touches on our trend line, indicating that it's still being respected and the trend wants to be continued towards the downside. So now what we need to do is look for some entries. Now, some of you may have gotten here. You might be a slightly more aggressive trader. I don't know. Personally, that's not enough for me. Obviously, we can see a nice hammer candle right in here. So that could have been potentially enough even for me. But this is where I would have personally decided to enter. So we have two confluences already. So we need really a third confluence. We've got the below the moving average, which is our first confluence. Multiple touches of a trend line, which is our second confluence. So now we need one more confluence to help us make a nice winning trade. And that, my friends, is right here. As you can see, price has printed a bullish doji, which is that thing right in the middle of your screens right now. That right there. Oh my God. That right there is what you would call a bullish doji, indicating a nice reversal, and that their little mini uptrend that we had going on here is now over. So what I would have done is I would have entered around about here. Now I would be targeting zones. I'm a zone to zone trader, so I would be targeting the next key or major zone. So let's just assume that my entry was bang on point. I would have got in, say, here at the candle close. stop loss just above, which is literally a 5 pip stop loss, which is nothing at all. And then what I would have done is targeted this zone down here. Now, as you can see, in this area here, we do have some rejections. Rejection there, rejection there. So what I would have potentially been doing is maybe moving my stop loss to entry, or perhaps even doing something else and closing out the entire trade completely. But that is the perfect beginner strategy for anyone that is getting involved. Look for 3 confluences. As you can see, we have them here. We've got below the moving average, that's one confluence. Multiple touches of this trend line, that is another confluence. And then as you can see, right in here, we have a printed doji, which indicates a possible reversal sign. And as you can see, moving up with our confluences, price did reverse and went in the direction that we predicted. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Plenty more beginner strategy videos to come out in the near future. Moving average courses. So if you guys want to see some more of the moving average and like how to trade using the moving average, there'll be plenty more videos on that. Plenty more videos on how to trade support and resistance and trend lines, all to come in the near future. So make sure you're subscribing for all of that. But I hope you all have a fantastic day. Stay safe. Let me know what you think and leave a like with all that good stuff. This is Lukey, and I'm signing out. Peace.